What if there was one thing that you could do, that Jesus did, that if your group did, it would grab the attention of everyone around you. It would make them wonder who you are, and by proxy, who this Jesus really is. Jesus commissions his disciples through prayer in John 17. His goal was to bless them and to prepare them for what came next. Jesus was going to die, but the story wasn't over. Even though Jesus was leaving, by leaving we mean defeating sin and death, evidenced by the resurrection and the ascension into heaven, let me tell you, Jesus was a man who knew how to make an exit. His disciples would not exit. They would not leave. This chapter of Jesus' story was ending, but their chapter was just beginning. But this new thing was not going to be easy. They were going to be in the world, but now that they knew of Jesus' plans, they were no longer going to be of the world. See, Jesus repeats this twice. He was not of the world, and so now we are not of the world. We live in our world because there is no other way to live, but somehow our lives are not of the world anymore. See, history has struggled with this concept. We tend to want to go in one of two directions. First, we want to be out of the world and still of it. Think Pharisee, think piety, think loudly pro-Jesus in public and wildly pro-world in private. See, that's the life of secret sin. That's the life without transformation, where we now say we believe and hang out at church and do church things, but we don't actually live life any differently. Our life looks solid, but it's actually a veneer. Our state pre and post Jesus has not actually changed, and no one will want what we have because no one can tell that we have anything different than the rest of the world. Second direction is we want to be out of the world and not of it. Think monks and monasteries. Think Amish. Think about being so inwardly focused that we no longer have relationships or meaningful contact with anyone who does not think, dress, or behave just like us. We found the meaning of life, but we've chosen to become an island. And if you want what we have, we hope you would swim to us in order to find it. We choose these two because what Jesus wanted is harder. It requires that we actually change everything. It requires that we would become the kind of person that Jesus is. Jesus requires a radical approach. You're to take the message of Christ and to demonstrate it to people. Show them who I am by tangible ways, is what Jesus says. Be in the world, and while you're there, don't let it take you off track. Paul picks up on that with the do not conform to the patterns of the world. John picks up on that with do not love the world nor the things of the world, but be in it. And while you're there, do what I did. What if, while you were there, there's one thing that you could do that Jesus did that would guarantee your group to grab the attention of everyone around you? That would get the attention of everyone and make them wonder who you are, and by proxy, what Jesus is all about. There is one thing that Jesus did that captured the unwavering attention of everyone around them. He met their needs. He saw their lives and found ways to demonstrate his message to them. It flowed from him. Jesus took no-win scenarios and turned them not only into victories, but into eternal testimonies. See, to Jesus, loaves and fish meant something about who he was. To Jesus, helping those who were sick. To Jesus, helping those who could not help themselves. These actions demonstrated who he was and what he was all about. These actions captivated the audiences. It yelled Jesus' message at deafening intensities. If Jesus wanted an institution, whoever had the biggest building, whoever had the most money or largest infrastructure, those things would win. But Jesus wanted a mobilized movement. Don't gather together just for your own sakes. Do it like I did it. Go find people that need me. Be in the world. Do it how I did it. Feed them. Clothe them. Show them what it is like to be with me. Don't I supply all of your needs? Supply their needs. Paint fences, wash cars, mow yards, the sick, the elderly, the widowed, the orphan, the downcast, the counted out. Find them. Show them my business card, which is service, and see if the walls of their heart don't come crashing down. This life is radical, yes. It will cost us something to change our habits. But didn't he say that's how it should be? If this is not taking up our cross and following after him, then what is? All the training, reading, praying, all the tears, soul searching, meditation, every moment that we spend growing and learning, it is all for moments like this. Just so that his disciples got it even further, Jesus told them something so powerful. Then the king will say to those on his right, "Come, you who are blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat, and I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink, and I was a stranger, and you invited me in, naked, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you visited me. I was in prison, and you came to me." Then the righteous will answer him, "Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you something to drink? And when did we see you a stranger and invite you in, or naked and clothe you? When did we see you sick or in prison and come to you?" The king will answer and say to them, "Truly I say to you, to the extent that you did it to one of these brothers of mine, even the least of them, you did it to me." He said that when you help them, when they stand in front of you, when you look into their eyes, don't just see your neighbor. Don't just see your friend, your coworker. The random person is not random. When you look into their eyes, see me. See Jesus. It is as if you are doing these things for him and to him, because our reality is that we are doing every one of these things with him. We are in the world. We are not of the world. We are there to serve the world. We are there to proclaim Jesus. This was Jesus' life. This is our life. Proclaim Jesus.